Hi guys, how's everybody doing? I know it's been so long since I uploaded the last video. I think it was last year. I can't even remember. I think that was probably like July. I can't even remember anymore. It's been so long, and I'm glad that I'm able to do this again. And I cannot promise that I could do it all the time because right now I'm going through with some I can't even find the right words, but you know, I'm suffering, let's put it that way. I'm suffering not just physically but here, heartache. I haven't been able to just like breathe. I haven't been able to go out much because I'm so scared of going out and seeing things that me and my husband used to see, and places that we used to go. I'm scared of hospitals, but of course I don't have a choice but to see my doctor as well. No, I'm struggling right now, physically and mentally. Here, my heart, it's very painful. It's very painful. I lost my husband. He passed away since January. That was our last New Year and last Christmas last year. Stayed in the hospital for so long, intensive care unit for so long. But I'm trying to live. I'm just offering myself, my struggles to the Lord, to Jesus, to help me get through with this. You know, it's been 10 months. I've been so quiet. I've been crying day and night. I try not to I try not to cry. I've been trying really hard. Me and my husband really connected. To be honest, he's the nicest man. Since we got married, he never let me work. He never let me work. And until now, he's still taking care of me, even though he's gone. But to the point that I can't even be able to breathe because of the heartache. Because we used to be together almost 24/7. I'm sorry, guys. Friend asked me when will I be able to continue my vlogging, and I told the friend that I don't know because I don't really know. But they advised me to, you know, why don't you do it again? Get back to your vlogging, and use it as your therapy. I have a depression. It's a severe depression. It's been almost 17 years. And I have also a chronic nerve pain. So I'm taking medications every day. It's been 16 years. But I miss my husband. I miss taking care of him. I miss those times, those days, those years. Preparing his food. Since he became a bedridden when he had this infection. Because he was diabetic. That's why I started this blog as an inspiration to do the healthy cooking. I've been. But it's just so hard to get through. I've been to my therapist. I went back to my therapist and my psychiatrist, but it never helped. And I think it's because that we love each other so much and we are so connected. He's the best thing that happened in my life to him. Me like him in my life. It's God's greatest gift to me. I don't know how to get through with this. I thought that maybe few months, 2 to 3 months, that it was gonna get better, my heartache, but I was wrong. The longer he's gone, the harder it is for me, the harder for me to go on with life. I know he doesn't want me to be like this, but like I said, if you love your spouse so much and you have a deep bond, and connection to each other as one, as husband and wife, it's very hard. I don't even remember a time that he made me feel so worthless. He never gave me hurt feelings. He's the most gentle and loving and caring man I've ever known in my life. He never, even just a little slap, he never did that to me. He's very different. Even when he was dying, the look in his eyes staring at me, like telling me that I'm trying my best to live. But there are times, a lot of times, like few months before he passed away, when I was bathing him and cutting his hair, because I've been doing his haircut since then. I became a bedridden. All of the sudden, in just a random, random act or with this random thought at the time, if you look at me, they said, baby, I'm worried about you. Who's gonna take care of you when I'm gone? And I burst into anger at that time. I was to me, just like, it is outrageous. It made me really angry when I heard that. And I said, what are you talking about? And I think I didn't realize, or I didn't really pay attention to it. But his infection was getting worse at the time. And will you be able to live without me when I'm gone? And I said, no, I don't want you to go. It's not time yet. I said, we're still gonna celebrate our anniversary, your birthday, my birthday. And he said, I just want you to know that I love you so much, and I love you more than I love myself. That's what he said. And I left him. I came in the room because he can't get in the room because of his wheelchair. So I put the bed in the living room, as you saw in my videos in the past. And he asked me to go back and talk to him, and I said, please give me a time, because I got really angry. Every time I talk about him leaving, he never said the word death or dying, but I think he was feeling something at the time already, and I didn't pay attention to it. But I try all my very best to give the best care. And then when we were in the hospital, they told me that maybe I am also have my chronic pain, I have depression, and the doctors and social workers told me before that when he gets better, I think it's better if he will stay in the nursing home. I never liked him being in the nursing home or in the rehab. And I said, no matter what, I will take him home when he's ready to be discharged from the hospital. And I'm not gonna put him in the nursing home. I said, as his spouse, as his wife, it is my responsibility to take care of him, and I can give a better care for my husband than in the nursing home. I said, if I need to be with him 24/7, and if I need to be awake the entire night, the entire day, every day, I said, I'll take him home. I'll take care of him. And they asked me, how are you gonna take care of him? I said, with the help of the home health nurses. And they asked me, are you sure? And I said, yeah. I've been taking care of him for the longest time since we got married. And I will continue to do so. That's what I said. And of course, I have depression. It's a severe depression because it's been so long. I'm taking antidepressant. Been more than 16 years. And I said, I know that there will be a time that I will be short-tempered and hard-tempered. There will be a time that my patience will not be as patient when I'm not in a severe situation, or if I haven't taken my antidepressant. But still, I said, I would prefer to be with me at home. So I did. We prepared everything. We came home, and so they changed his diet again, and I continued that, the cardio diet, cardio diabetic. But his last 8 months, I think last 8 months, his body deteriorated and he stopped eating. He was eating at the time less and less every day. He take medications without even food. That's why when we were in the hospital at the time before I took him home, we used this they've been giving him this boost drink. There's also pudding. That's all he ate. But I keep pushing him to eat a little bit more, and I even used to mash his food, chop up the food, because he was having a hard time swallowing, and I did that. And then of course he's bedridden for a year since the stroke, because he had a stroke in 2022 of last year of February until he passed away this January. Was that? Yeah, I think that was 2022. I can't even remember anymore. Yeah. At that time the doctor said that he's not gonna make it, or even if he gonna make it at that time, last year, 2022 February, he may be like a vegetable. But I never gave up. I begged the doctors to do everything they could, and of course with God's help, prayers, he survived, and I thought he's gonna get better and better. And of course when we came home, I have to reposition him every hour or every 30 minutes so that we can prevent him getting a bed sore. But of course, when he's sleeping, then I can't move him. But he developed a bed sore. It was a little one, and then it got bigger and bigger and bigger. Both legs were amputated too at that time, and he didn't survive. And then there's fluid in his lungs. It's because he can't walk, he can't sit up. They even tried at the time the special bed for him. I can't even remember what it's called, but it's a very, very expensive bed. But they give it to him anyways. And boy, if they could only recommend it, that probably in the beginning after the stroke, I don't know if that would help. But he said he was very comfortable in the bed, because the bed that they gave him before to take home was just a regular hospital bed. And then that bed sore, the little bed sore, became bigger and bigger. And of course, infection got it in there again. Then that December was my saddest day in January. Christmas and New Year. It's my saddest day in my life. The saddest day in my life. Those saddest month. And I tell you guys, the hardest thing for a spouse or family member That's the time when doctor come and tell you it's not gonna make it. You have to decide, because he was in the life support. You have to decide if you're ready for us to pull out and stop the life support. They've been begging me for more than a week, and I never give up. And they said, oh my God, you're the doctors keep coming in asking me, and then I just keep refusing. Of course they can't do it because I refuse, because I was there every day. I go there 9 in the morning and come home at 9, go home at night after the visiting hours. I just sit there. I can't even eat. I even forgot to drink some water. So they come and give me, and because it's infection, especially in the ICU, they won't let you in unless the doctor will allow you to. And I can go inside. They allow me to go inside the in the ICU, but just for an hour. He was dying, but 1 hour only, and 1 hour only. I kept begging them. So then they told me, we've never seen a loved one, especially spouse, they said, that is willing to wait and see if he gonna survive. And watching your spouse into that life support, you never give up. You love him that much, do you? And I said, yes. And I will never ever give up until his body will say so. If his body just stop, if his heart will stop, then that's it. I don't have a choice. But they said, there was one of his nurse. I was so thankful with that nurse. I was on the window, just watching him over there. I was sitting there the entire time from 9 to 9 in the morning, and I sit there. And then I think it was his last 2 or 3 days. He was writing everything, because we can't communicate unless she comes out and talk to me. But because they're doing a lot of his stuff inside the room, but she was so patient to tell me everything, what they're doing, what they're giving him, where they're gonna take him. And when they went to the CAT scan, we found out he had another stroke, and he cut in his brain. But they said he cannot survive the surgery anymore. And I said, can you do the surgery? It's not gonna survive. You don't want to put him through that again. So I said, okay, you guys know better. And then they keep asking me again, so what's your decision? And I said, but his blood pressure is coming down and down and down and down, like 60 over 40, something like that. Just cut down 90. And then the doctor said, we've been giving him a blood pressure medication, and we've never done this. He said, the doctor, in my entire career, I've never done this to the patient. Said, I think that was we've been giving him 3 kinds of medications for his blood pressure to go up. Never helped until said, is that all you can give him? Is there another medication? Said, there's two more. They did. The fourth one didn't help. The fifth one, and then they said, that's the last. That's all the medications we can give him. All this apparatus and everything. I was just looking at him, staring at him on the window. And then I went there again to the nursing station and tell them to call the doctor and beg that doctor to let me in. But that doctor is very, very nice. Was very nice. So he allowed me, and I said, can I stay here for longer than 1 hour? It's nice. You can stay there for 4 hours. I stayed there for 4 hours. Everything, or everything, all this gown and the, what do you call this, the cap, everything, face mask, everything, gloves, everything. And I said, how are you doing? He smiled at me. He can still talk a little bit, but of course the chew. I said, did you miss me? If you miss me, squeeze my hand. He squeezed, I love you, and then he squeezed my hand. That means he's telling me he loved me too. I tried to hide my tears, but said, like, why are you crying? Nothing. I said, I'm just happy to be with you here inside the room. So he might not survive tonight, and said because he had I think he stopped, his heart stopped, but they revived him. He did survive. And that night, I said, doctor, if anything happens to him tonight, would you please call me and let me know what's going on? But if you don't, that means he's still alive. Didn't call. But right after I got out from the door that night into that morning, he called. Where are you? And I said, I'm going to the hospital right now. I'm on my way. He said, can you come here as soon as possible? Right away if possible. Yeah, I'm on my way. I stayed there outside thinking, what's going on? I'm still on the phone with the doctor. I'm asking myself, what's going on? I thought he's gonna tell me he's gone, but he might not survive. This might be his last day. Because everything this is stopped. He has internal bleeding as well because he wasn't eating. Even the NGT won't go in anymore because he used to have the NGT and it doesn't, not accepting anymore, and his internal bleeding, and of course his lungs became a lung cancer because of the fluid, the buildup in there. And when I got there, it said, when you get to the hospital, can you please ask the nurse to call me so I can come and talk to you? So I got there, then he came, and he told me everything, that's the last medication, the last kind of medication, because we can only give 5. That's what they said, 5 kinds for the blood pressure. I know you did everything you could. I know how hard you guys work for my husband to survive. I said, for him to leave, but I understand. I said, and I'm also in the medical profession, so I know I understand. But behind everything, all those things that's happening at that time, I refused to accept and believe that he's not gonna come out from that anymore, to that ordeal. And then I called our friend, our very good friend Sharon, and she came, and I was crying and crying, and I've been calling all our friends and friends from the church, our pastor and everybody. They came that day, we prayed, everything, and then I didn't even think at the time, I never thought of it, I should say, that I'm torturing him into that situation because I love him so much. I just want him to leave. And I even told the doctor I would rather seeing him like that. At least I know he's still in the hospital, lying down there, that I can come and see him, knowing that he's still alive because of the life support. And then our friend came, so the other doctor came, so our friend was there already with me, and I said, they're asking me if I can let him get out from that situation now because he must be hurting so bad. But I refused, I said. So I didn't want to listen to the doctor anymore. So the doctor asked me, would it be okay if I talk to your friend about it? And I said, yeah. And they were so worried about me because of my depression, because I'm suicidal, to be honest. And then I said, yeah, you can talk to her about whatever you're telling me. So they talk, explain, and all of a sudden my friend told me, if I'm onto that situation, I don't want my family to keep me like that. That would be very painful. And I kind of like it, just like it hurts in my heart when I heard that. Just like, to me, it's just like she didn't even consider how I feel. But I didn't realize I was so selfish because they've been begging me for more than a week. I never did realize that I was torturing him. He wasn't peeing anymore. Stop his internal organs. His heart is ready to rest. And then when the doctor left, my friend told me, Charlene, do you really want him to suffer like that? I know you're a very strong woman. I know how much you love him. But do you think this is what he wants, to be into that position? And that's the only time that it clicked in my brain that, oh my God, I can't even believe I was torturing him. I said, I didn't even realize I was torturing, just like I was torturing him. I was so selfish. But I dragged the doctors for so long again until they talked to me about like 10 o'clock in the morning about it until my friend went home and I was still there at the hospital. I only decided at around 5 o'clock that day that I'm ready because I can see there's nothing they can do anymore. But in the back of my mind, I'm still denying it. I refuse to believe that that's all they can do, knowing that they've already done everything they could to help us, especially my husband. And I did. They said, if you're ready, we're gonna let you in. So it took until like in the evening till I decided, okay, I can let him rest. And I went there, and when I saw him, floated, and then I asked him, hi there. And I said, because he used to call me boneless. I said, boneless. And I said, how are you, dear? Of course, eyes are closed. Never opened his eyes anymore for 2 days. And I know you can hear me. And I said, if you are tired, please let me know. If you are ready to rest, let me know. And I was sign at that time when I told him when he was still what do you call it? When he can still talk and think. And squeeze my hand if you're ready to rest. Said, I came here to ask you, what do you want? I said, I know you can hear me. I'm not ready to let you go, but I know how tired you are going through with all of this. I said, please let me know. And before he gave me that sign that he's ready to rest, I was still looking everywhere, all over him, his face from to the legs. And then all of a sudden, his hand moved, so I hold his hand and put it on top of my hand, and he squeezed. That means he's ready. And I said, are you sure that's what you want? And so I told the nurse, tell the doctor. So the last medication they gave me, that was the last medication. And then they stopped the life support. But before he really stopped, before his heart really stopped beating, he opened his eyes so wide and stared at me. So I hugged him and kissed him, and I said, I love you so much. I said, are you ready to rest? He stared at me, So I banged the door. And I said, I banged the door. Hey, I think it's still alive. It's still gonna survive. Please put it back. But I know it was just a reflex. Not, wanted to look at me. It's a reflex. It's very painful. The most painful thing when you're losing someone in your life is when you see that loved one into that deathbed, that very deathbed, especially when you're in the hospital, is when the doctor come and ask you, are you ready to remove and stop the lips? That's the hardest part in life, is for you to decide for your loved one. That's the hardest part, I tell you. Most painful, the most painful you could ever feel. You know, it's hard when your loved ones all of a sudden just died from that accident, and at least you know that's accident. But for you to decide, because at least you don't need to decide for them, but for you as a loved one to decide for that person, to your loved one, that loved one that you love so much and you're with for the longest time. It's very painful. I'm telling you, it's very painful. You have to be ready for this. Even when he was already gone, I still refused to accept that he's gone. I still wanted, when I went home that night, I still wanted to go back to the hospital. It feels like he's still there. When they remove him, take him out from the ICU, I was there. I was there when they taking him to the morgue. They asked me if I wanted to go in this. No. But when the doctor examined him, if he's really gone, I was there. I don't know where my bravery is coming from. I only know that it's from God. And I miss everything about him. I miss bathing him. I miss cooking food for him. That's why I don't even know if I still gonna continue the healthy cooking, but maybe it's just I still cook for my vlog once in a while, maybe, but I will incorporate with probably different or combinations of content or contents. So I will see, but some of my subscribers probably wondering why I haven't been back to my vlogging. It's because of that. I even went back to the Philippines already to visit my family last May and came back June. It helped. It helped when I was there. But when I got back home here, pain. I hide the way I mourn to the family. You know, to be honest, I isolated myself since my husband passed. I've been isolating myself. I only go out to get some food in the groceries. Most of my bills, I pay it online. I only go out when it's necessary. To be honest, when I hear that siren from the ambulance, I'm so terrified. I'm terrified. It's just like, it's just there, right in front of the door. Because I remember those times when I'm calling 911 for my husband to take him to the hospital. It just, oh God, it's so terrifying for me. The bus that we used to take him to the hospital before, when he can still sit in the wheelchair, and I didn't want to see it. But of course, when I'm out, I can see it once in a while. You know, I share with you, I got his hospital gown and one of his shirt. that I haven't washed, and I never washed because I wanted to remember how it smells, how he smells. And I remember one time, a long time ago, probably 3-4 years ago, when they told me, they said, let me bathe you. I said, I need you to bathe today. He said, I'm gonna bathe you again. I said, why, do I smell? I said, no, but I like being neat, clean. And all of a sudden I said, one day when I'm gone, you're gonna miss how I smell. And it's true. It's true. It's true. That's why when you love someone, you have to love them fully. You have to show them how much you love them. And make them feel they are appreciated. Because they are gone. They're gonna rest. They're gonna sleep. But I don't. The only regret that I have is I wish I could have helped him sooner. But of course, when he was younger, he did what he did to his body, America. Food, drinks. He's not a drinker. He's not a drunken man. He doesn't drink alcohol, but I mean like sodas, juice, these junk foods. I tried to reverse his diabetes, but it's too late. And sometimes when he goes out, of course, even though I tell him not to eat this, drink this, I know he's doing it. He was doing it at that time. But I never let him really eat cheese during all this, because a lot of people here, when they eat all this, it's not like once in a while, a little bit. They eat all this into the point that it's just like there's no other day that they can have it. But he learned a lot from me about health. But like I said, it's too late. It's too late. So it's better that if we're still young, we have to take care of our body. Why? Because our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. And if we abuse our body, we are the one who's gonna suffer in the future. That's why, like the saying says, health is wealth, which is true. It's true. That's why I'm trying my best to eat healthy. And exercise when I can, but my chronic pain is really bad. It's like just let me stay in bed because of my chronic pain and then the depression. But other than that, I'm quite okay with health. But the chronic pain is the one that's killing me. It's the nerve pain. But pray for me, guys. Hopefully I can get through with this because it's really hard. It's very hard. It's very depressing. My depression, of course, it's getting worse and worse because of this. It was already a severe depression, and it's getting worse. but I've been to my psychologist and my psychiatrist, so I might go attend some classes again. That because I used to go for these classes for the depression and anxiety, so I might go back. I haven't accept or I haven't scheduled that because I told my doctors and my psychologist that um, I'm not ready yet for the classes, but soon I will. I will. But they're monitoring me. Um, like I said, because I'm suicidal. But thanks God, the antidepressant is helping me. But of course, the heartache's not gonna go away. It doesn't help you. But you know, your mental health, the medication is helping me. So that's it, guys, and I'm glad that I am able to make this video, and that I have the courage to share to you guys what's been going on about me. So I don't know if I'm able to record a video often, but I will try, and I will still share. I will try my best to share whatever I've learned from this ordeal. I mean, about health. Whatever information that I'm getting or I got and learned from this, I'll share it to you guys, because it's really important that we take care of our body, okay? There's no question about that. But the heartache for right now, the depression, I don't know yet how to cope with that. I don't know yet how to start to learn how to live the way I used to be when my husband was still around. But I know it takes time. But right now, I just can't. I cry every single day, morning and night. But the good thing is, every time I sleep, I wake up, I go out, I always tell him this picture, and I said, "Dear, good morning. Dear, good evening, good night. Oh, what's up with what's out what's up with the house? I'm going out. I'm going to run some errands," and it makes me feel a little better. It's just like I'm talking to him. You know, the thing is, if this is what I'm gonna share you guys a little bit. If you are heartbroken because you lost your loved one, do not watch their picture, especially videos. Do not do that. It's very painful. I don't like to see it. Once in a while, I do it once in a while, but it's just a little glance from that video, or just a little. But don't, if you can, don't. Just settle with that picture on the picture frame if you have that in the, that's fine. But to keep going back all these memories, do not do it yet. Treasure those memories, especially with these good, happy memories. Keep it in your mind and in your heart. But to look at it on your phone or wherever you stored those videos, and do not do it until you're ready to accept the reality, okay? Do not because that's how I just realized at the time. I was looking at it and I was crying, I'm screaming. So I turn it off right away. So I try not to look at it. But when you are ready and you're ready, accepted the reality that your loved one is gone, resting, sleeping, that one day you will see each other again, then yes. But the other thing also is, I'm so happy, I'm glad that he's not the kind of person, my husband is not the kind of person that like pictures or video. He doesn't like cameras, let's put it that way. But I like doing it. I like getting memories, picture memories. I'm glad I did. And with all these videos that I made about him, I'm glad I did. Because you don't know, you can't tell when it's your time, when it's gonna be your time. So I'm very happy. I got a lot of his pictures, videos. So I'm so happy about it that I have it. I know that I have it and I'm keeping it for my sake and for my memories about my husband. So there you go, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video, and you guys take care. And I'm happy, I'm glad that I was able to record a video today regarding this situation, what's been going on with me, why I haven't uploaded a video since last year. That's what's going on. I was busy taking care of my husband and everything, and all this that happened. But other than that, I'm doing okay. I'm good. It's hard to move on, it's hard to start on your own, but with God's grace, I'm okay. And I will be okay. I know it's hard, it's very heartbreaking, very painful, but I have to do it. I don't have a choice. But I'm holding on to that time that we will see each other again. So you guys take care, like I always tell you guys on my videos. Stay safe, stay healthy, and pray all the time. Do not abuse your body, okay? You take care of your body. Keep it healthy so that we live longer. Okay, guys? So I will see you guys on my next video. I'm so happy to see you guys again and talk to you guys. Talking to you, I said. I'm happy to talk to you guys again. So I will see you on my next video. I don't know when, but I'm back. Love you guys. You guys take care. God bless you all.